visit to Imo State, where he commissioned key road projects for development initiated by Governor Hope Uzodimma.
I commend the governor for being able to do so with the limited resources at the disposal of the state government. This proves that when leaders are dedicated and focused, much can be achieved for our people. On our part, the federal government will continue to support the government of Imo State to ensure that it continues to provide the dividends of democracy to the people. This support is equally available to all the states of the Federation, irrespective of the differences in political party affiliations.
We are indeed very grateful. Mr. President, we continue to commend you, we continue to thank you. I also expect that we will continue to support Ndigo and do more projects in the Southeast.
The United States Special Presidential Envoy on Climate, John Kerry, has described as fulfilling and reassuring genuine efforts by President Muhammadu Buhari to bequeath a lasting legacy of transparent and accountable electoral process in the country for posterity. Mr. Kerry, who was a former Secretary to State under the Obama administration, stated this at a dinner held in his honor by the Nigerian leader. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
United States Presidential Envoy on Climate, Mr. John Kerry, accompanied to the State House by the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth Leonard, is here to discuss with President Muhammadu Buhari the climate crisis and the role expected of the Biden administration in support of Nigeria's developmental aspirations. Describing capital as critical, Mr. Kerry said the U.S. is mobilizing trillions of dollars and bringing private sector companies to the table on what he called the economic transformation drive that will be bigger than the transformation of the Industrial Revolution. The focus, he emphasized, is rebuilding of critical infrastructure in various economic sectors so as to enable many more of those in need live a modern life.
And I understand the relationship of your gas to producing you with revenue to be able to do by yourself some of the things that you need to do. We're fully committed to help Nigeria develop. And we would like to see you break out of being an emerging economy to be an emerged economy and really close on the road to the development necessary.
And as Nigerians return to the polls next year to elect new political office holders, the U.S. Presidential Envoy expressed optimism in the ability of the Buhari administration to deliver a credible and acceptable democratic enterprise.
I respect enormously the legacy that you are fighting to leave to your country. I saw the difference that your efforts and the Commission's efforts made by fighting to have an election that was calm, peaceful, in which everybody could participate, and where you could have confidence in the results. I simply want to commend you for making that a goal as you begin to come to the close of your term as president.
President Muhammadu Buhari expressed Nigeria's appreciation to the United States for its continued support in critical areas of need over the years. His administration, he said, now in its last lap, is committed to making every day count in the delivery of public good. The president enumerated the completion of critical infrastructure projects, net zero emission, energy transition, as well as entrenching a durable democratic culture as major areas of focus for sustainable future of the country. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The federal government has inaugurated an 11-member Railway Security Committee. Inaugurating the committee, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transportation, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, said the committee is expected to develop a comprehensive report on the incident of March 28, 2022 and October 20, 2021 and make recommendations to prevent future occurrences of a similar incident. The committee is responsible for providing concrete measures to safeguard passengers and railway infrastructure across the country. Members of the committee are drawn from the Ministry of Transportation, civil society organizations, the Defense Headquarters, the Nigerian Army, and the Nigeria Air Force. The committee is chaired by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Transportation, Dr. Magdalene Ajani. Nigeria requires a rapid market integration, collective model, and enhanced trade policies to boost its trade volume globally. Nigerian High Commissioner to the Court of St. James, London, Sarafa Tunji Ishola, emphasized this when he received the Executive Director, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, and his delegation at the Nigerian High Commission in the United Kingdom. Comfort Amodu reports from London.
Emerging economies are now taking keen interest in the manufacturing and agro-aligned industries, and this has led to projection that the African manufacturing sector could reach $666 billion by 2030. To align with trends, Nigeria must deepen its drive for local industries to meet the growing demand. The good news is that this is achievable, says the Nigerian High Commissioner here in London, but only if the relevant agencies work together for the common good. The Nigerian envoy is advocating greater cooperation between government agencies for ease of business and export.
We are trying to maximize the benefit of Brexit. We fully aware after Brexit, Africa is the next market.
Dr. Ezra Yakosak, Executive Director of Nigerian Export Promotion Council, is appreciative of the diplomat for the significant impact the Commission is making to strengthen bilateral relations with the host country, affirming the NEPC's resolve to collectively promote trade with key agencies.
We're going back as a team to see how we can fix things and see how we can explore a possibility of getting orders from Nigeria.
Dr. Yakosak adds that the Council is determined to harness the full potential of export for an inclusive and sustainable development of Nigeria's economy. From London, United Kingdom, Comfort Amodu, NTA News.
And back home, U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate Change, John Kerry, has assured Nigeria of assistance towards achieving her climate action plan for sustainability. He spoke while addressing witnessing the signing of Clean Energy Demand Initiatives, SEDI, by the Minister of Environment, Mohammed Hassan Abdullahi. Hamman Jabani reports that $200 million at the moment is committed to the startup.
Green Energy Demand Initiative allows companies and countries to make decisions to implement the buying or the production of green products and accelerate the marketplace creation and transit faster to a clean energy economy in order to deal with the climate crisis. It is geared towards ensuring renewable energy, promote economic growth, and protect the environment. Nigeria signed the agreement to participate in the Green Energy Demand Initiative to ensure sustainability, affordable, and reliable energy supplies, which are also prerequisite for abolishing extreme poverty. The U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate says SEDI is going to take billions of dollars and even trillions of private investment and bring major amounts of capital to the table with technology to help Nigeria move faster to the clean energy economy, which is the future, and all of the citizens of Nigeria will benefit from cleaner air and jobs that will come with the transition.
Clean Energy Demand Initiative is a very important effort to try to send a signal to the marketplace and to bring your businesses to the table, your private sector businesses, to be able to help excite the creation of green marketplace.
And the next couple of years, between now and then, 2025, we see how we can transfer clean energy, and as well as also providing accessible energy, accessible clean energy to homes, particularly a lot of us in the country.
The initiative is expected to reduce poverty, stimulate economic growth, and reduce pollution, while strengthening the availability of clean, reliable, and affordable energy and energy production. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
More opportunities are now available for Nigerian students aspiring to study courses in various universities across the United States of America. Correspondent Usman Aliu reports that an education fair was organized by the U.S. Mission in Nigeria to showcase choices of the U.S.-based universities to eligible students.
Kasisa Obidi is a final year secondary school student. His dream is to study in the University of Maryland, United States. Not only that, he wants to contribute in the building of his fatherland. Dream come true for him and many others with this education fair.
Now they've granted us this open gateway, which allows us to be able to study in USA, and it actually promotes more international relationship, because I've always wanted to know people from abroad, outside the country, and now I'm getting the chance to do it and also be able to study abroad.
A very good opportunity for me to study abroad, because it has always been my dream to study abroad.
Nigerian students on our campus, having Nigerian students as part of our community really enriches our community, makes us stronger, makes our community of inquiring minds that much better by their very presence.
The U.S. Mission in Nigeria says though the global pandemic denied this kind of engagement for 2 years, but it is impressed with the turnout and interest exhibited.
And they want you to succeed. They want you to come back and make a difference in this country.
The program is a 3-day consultation, after which aspiring students can continue the conversation online. Usman Aliu, NTA News.
Still on education, the health sector is continuously being revamped for the attainment of universal coverage. This time it is via professional examination for graduate nurses and midwives who are taking the maiden computer-based test across 18 states for licensing. Salwa Khalil, who monitored the examination in Abuja, now reports.
Is one of the most critical and sensitive professions. It is against this background that the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria takes seriously professionalism. Reason why intakes must undergo qualifying exams for licensing. About 3,000 graduate nurses across the country, including 72 here in Abuja, are the maiden set for the computer-based licensing exams.
Why we also talk of the idea of CBT, because of we are mindful of the higher number of brain drain. The council have put in a number of strategies to increase the training. We feel the best option to maintain standard is to introduce the CBT examination.
Although government is not unmindful of brain drain and migration in the health sector, but the council says no compromise on quackery and unprofessional duty.
So I'm confident at the end of this, we are ejecting competent, qualified nurses and midwives that are capable to work not only in Nigeria, anywhere in the world.
The council stressed that examination will be continuous exercise in its quest for professionalism. Salwa Khalil, NTA News.
Senator Magnus Abe, governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Rivers State, says non-indigents in every state in Nigeria deserve justice, fairness, and equal opportunities. Senator Abe spoke at the inauguration of the Executive Committee of Non-Indigenous Members of Social Democratic Party in Rivers State. Emmanuel Lene reports that the SDP governorship candidate also attended the 50th anniversary celebration of Greater Evangelism World Crusade in Port Harcourt.
Over the years, non-indigents in Rivers State have always played active roles in the politics of the state. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the non-indigents are leaving nothing to chance, as they have joined forces with the Social Democratic Party to ensure the governorship candidate of the party emerges in the 2023 elections. Senator Magnus Abe, at the inauguration of the Executive Committee of Non-Indigents in the Social Democratic Party, noted that having spent most of their lives in the state. They deserve to be given the needed support to succeed in the state.
If you live here, you vote here, you train your children here, you build your house here, you have your home here, you're contributing here, you are a river man and woman.
The non-indigens who re-echoed their commitment to the progress and development of the state assured that they will use their PVCs to ensure the SDP governorship candidate emerges victorious in the 2023 elections.
And the PVCs are bullet. We will have a lot of arsenal of it. We are going to use it on that day and you will be surprised.
Meanwhile, Senator Magnus Abe has described the 50th anniversary celebration of Greater Evangelism World Crusade as a significant occasion to celebrate Pentecostalism and freedom of religion in South Nigeria. He made the remark at the launch of late Apostle G.D. Numbere Foundation as part of activities to mark the anniversary celebration. Senator Magnus Abe says he had a personal relationship with the founder of Greater Evangelism World Crusade, late Apostle Geoffrey Numbere. In Port Harcourt, Emmanuel Lene, NTA.
If you just joined us, this is Nationwide. Michael is in Lagos with more stories on Nationwide. Okay, I'm told it's Adiola that is online. Hi, Adiola.
Hello, Nalin. So good to see you. The Nigerian Army will continue to develop skills and competencies of officers and men towards achieving prudent utilization of financial and other resources, most especially in the face of competing demands. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, gave the stance at the 13th Biennial Training Conference of the Nigerian Army Finance Corps in Lagos. Abolade Salami reports.
Management of finance and good record keeping of expenses ensured relate accountability, transparency, and promote prudent spending. As a way to keep officers abreast of competent financial management experts and some senior officers saddled with the responsibility of handling finance converged on Lagos for a brainstorming session as regards operational efficiency. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, represented by Major General Kamilu Kadri, Corps Commander Engineering, said the training is designed to build capacity, increase knowledge, and skills of officers in financial management.
As financial advisors and custodians of the Nigerian Army finance resources, you are expected to provide professional and innovative financial services in line with extant regulations,
while maintaining a more determined zeal of promoting a professional Nigerian Army ready to accomplish assigned missions within our joint environment in the defense of the country. Chief of Accounts and Budget, Nigerian Army, Major General Adetokunbo Fayemiwo, said the gathering will also provide a platform to update personnel on federal government financial policy.
Provide a good platform for updating personnel on evolving federal government financial policies, financial best practices, and the implication of the prudent management of Nigerian Army resources.
The 13th biennial training session has as its theme delivering professional and innovative financial services in a joint security environment. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
And still on security issues, sustaining the fight against maritime crimes and offenders has become more mandatory, especially with the feat achieved that has taken the country's piracy prevalence to zero. This is the agreement of maritime stakeholders in Lagos, where it was suggested that the Nigeria Immigration Service should be incorporated into the Deep Blue project. Michael Olaleye reports.
Apart from controlling entry and exit points, granting passes to deserving crew and offering technical assistance in checking security breaches within the port community, the Nigeria Immigration Service also plays documentation role in the maritime space. This interaction with the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, is to deepening conversation on how best to promote a well-regulated and secured environment. The Controller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service, who described the recent flag-off of the maritime labor e-registration as crucial to digitizing the maritime safety environment for enhanced data rendition and security, wants more initiatives channeled towards document harmonization.
As government agencies, we need to deepen conversations on how to streamline our process and procedures to ensure that we do not allow unnecessary duplications or overlap of functions.
So the Director General of NIMASA, maritime business will have been impossible without NIS, based on its mandate of identifying nationalities, which has become more broadened with the coming on board of the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act 2019, to include giving information on criminals at sea and offering necessary advice, while calling on the agency to do more in the area of addressing the issue of porous borders. The Director General said NIS and NIMASA will jointly operate a single platform.
We should have a software system of their needs that we will incorporate it into the command and control so that they can have an interface that connects to their own mandate and see how they can improve in what they are doing.
To consolidate its fight against maritime crimes, the agency says it is reaching out to countries in the Gulf of Guinea on the need to agree and utilize a single document in the prosecution of offenders. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
And those are the stories from Lagos for now. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Agatha Egwarojo is standing by in Benin for more stories on Nationwide, but that will be after this break. To stay with us.
Elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
Oh boy, this one where your eye red. You carry machete, you see carry gun. Wetin you want take and do, sef?
After the para like this, I don't vex.
Oh boy, calm down down now.
Like this, I dey go scatter those businesses. You know, they take scatter our people businesses, eh? You don't see them. See, and they go there, they go show them better craze. They never see anything.
If you destroy their own for here, and they destroy your people own for that side, especially that your brother where they send you money, that way don't block, oh. How you go take survive?
See, This way talk now true. But I still the vex. I still the vex.
Boy, calm down. Make we embrace peace. We peace and unity. Everybody
My people, make we gum body with peace and unity. Make we learn to live as brothers and sisters so that we country could feel move go permanent sides. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Imagine any society without laws. Imagine piles of laws without the courts to interpret them. Imagine lots of interpretation without a medium to bring them to your doorstep. The scale on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority helps to fill the gaps and turns law and justice into a tangible instrument for national development. That is the scale, and it is balance.
Thank you for staying on Nationwide and warm welcome to Benin. As schools resume for the 2022-2023 academic session, Edo State government has established a law against loitering of pupils and students during school hours. The policy aimed at improving teaching and learning in the state takes effect from this Monday, 12th of September, with penalties for offenders. Ifeoma Okafor visited some schools in Benin Metropolis to ascertain the turnout of students and teachers on the first day of resumption.
Public schools have resumed across the state, and in Benin, academic activities have already started. And the head teachers as well as the teachers are optimistic that the policies set up by the state government to improve the education sector will be carried out.
For students of Obakinzwa, the secondary school, and Ihogbe Secondary School, who were already in classes, the long holidays have helped to rejuvenate them.
As I've resumed now, I have to focus on my studies. I'm fully prepared for school.
The head teachers lauded the efforts of the state government on education, which has helped to increase the number of attendants on the first day of resumption.
During the VAC, we went for training. The government called all the principals and teachers for training to transform education. We now have a statewide timetable. That is to say, as we are receiving mathematics here, if SS1 is getting mathematics here, the same mathematics will be taught all over the state.
For this session, government did a lot. They did a lot in employing new teachers to fill up gaps. They did a lot in terms of awareness, letting students know that, look, from day one, we are ready to go.
Meanwhile, the state government has set up policies such as punishment for any students seen loitering during school hours.
It is expected that the policies set up by the state government to change the face of education sector in Edo State will be carried out to the letter by the teachers as well as the head teachers of every school. In Benin, Ifeoma Okafor, NTA News.
Away from school's resumption, the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Ewa II, has commended President Muhammadu Buhari for his efforts at preserving cultural ethos and traditional institutions in Nigeria. The Oba gave this commendation when the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Eniton Ogunwusi Ojaja II, and the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Adobayeru, paid him a courtesy visit in his palace. Ogochukuka Ona has details.
Obayewa II recalled how invaders looted Benin bronzes over a century ago and expressed happiness that some of the looted artifacts have started returning home. The Benin monarch acknowledged the role of President Muhammadu Buhari and other stakeholders in preserving and upholding the traditional institutions in Nigeria.
Thank you for to preserve our cultural ethos. When the white man came and tried to disrupt our traditional institutions, I'm sure you will agree with me that they failed. left our traditional institutions intact.
The royal guests, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II, and the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, thanked Oba Ewaye for his hospitality.
In here, wish you well. That the world be close. I am within your kingdom, and it is very honorable.
They promised to sustain the legacies of their forebears as well as strengthen the bond of friendship among the kingdoms. In Benin, Ogochkuka Ona, NTA News.
That's our package. Nolin in Abuja has more on Nationwide. Nolin, over to you.
Very well, Agatha. Thank you very much. Now to security. In view of the prevailing security challenges across the country, the Nigerian Army has reassured of secure environment during the forthcoming 2023 general elections. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, re-echoed this at the third quarter Chief of Army Staff Conference holding in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
Various security challenges truncating socioeconomic activities in different parts of the country. To stem these threats, Army principal officers, commanders and heads of formations assembled to appraise its activities and to strategize to enhance ongoing operations.
The troops deployed in the South-South region under Operation Delta Safe have continued to perform creditably with the regimented joint operations leading to the arrest of several suspects and their sponsors. Our offensive operation in the Northwest and North Central regions have also been intensified. Troops, in conjunction with the Nigerian Air Force, have continued to neutralize bandits and destroy their hideouts.
Preparatory to 2023 general elections, the Nigerian Army has reviewed its rules of engagement and code of conduct for its personnel on election security.
We have reviewed that document, taking into cognizance recent happenings and what should be done, and judging from our past experiences.
The Army acknowledged support from other services and security agencies. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Still on security, Commissioner of Police FCT Babaji Sunday says security formations in the territory are constantly re-strategizing to decimate the enemies to bring security closer to the people. The police commissioner gave the assurance when he led a joint security task team on patrol visit to Kau, a boundary community between Buari Area Council and Kaduna State. Onotu Yakubu reports.
Kau is about 28 kilometers journey from the council headquarters, Buari. The farming community access road is not easily motorable. Added to these, a major factor threatens security of the FCT through Kau. The notoriously dreaded Kueri forest, which has been heaven to suspected bandits and bound FCT to Kagarko local government in Kaduna State, is just a couple of kilometers from Kau community. This gives the district head and Kau villagers cause to worry.
It may be noted that time and again, the combined security men of FCT and Kaduna State have combed the forest, but the suspected bandits will always sneak back from their various sites elsewhere into the forest and continue to carry out their mayhem in our communities.
Because of the location of Kau, that is when we decided all the other security agencies with my management team to be here.
While the community has thought it wise to set up vigilante and hunters security team, Kau has a police outpost with manpower strength of 5 personnel, which CP Babaji Sunday promises to strengthen with needed deployments.
Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Akwa Ibom State Command has arrested 5 trucks of automotive gas oil AGO suspected to have been loaded illegally in Rivers State. Kelvin Samuel reports that the 5 trucks contains a total of 225,000 liters of AGO.
Parading the suspect, the Commandant NSCDC, Akwa Ibom State Command, Suleiman Mafara says vandalism and crude oil theft have remained part of the major causes of the nation's economic crisis for a long time. To this end, the agency is stepping up its games in ensuring adequate security of critical infrastructures while warning perpetrators to desist from such acts or be ready to face the law.
On citing my officers and men on patrol, 2 of the drivers fagged and took to their heels. My men were able to arrest the 3 drivers and the 5 trucks. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps will not relent in its effort of curbing this oil bunkering and theft in the Niger Delta.
The state commandant, while assuring Nigerians that the agency will continue to live up to its mandate, noted that sequel to the dissolution of the anti-vandal unit, a new team on acting capacity has been appointed through the directive of the Commandant General to continue to maintain adequate security of the nation's assets.
We have commenced and we have gone far in our own investigation, and whoever is involved, we are going to get to him. And as soon as we have concluded our investigation, we are going to prosecute them in accordance with the laws of the land.
Arrested on the 9th of September 2022, the 5 trucks, its content and 3 suspects are presently in the custody of the NSCDC in Uyo. Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Time to link up with Zenret in our Jos Network Center for Trending Stories from there. Good evening, Zenret.
Good evening, Nolan, and welcome to Jos. The federal government says it is making concrete efforts to increase agricultural processing capacity through the establishment of several cottage industries for the production of staple food products in a competitive and comparative advantage manner. This was at a meeting of the National Council on Agriculture and Rural Development in Jos. Farida Nelson has details.
The meeting, which attracted agriculturists from across the country, has strengthening agricultural value chains development process for food security and economic development as its theme.
I'm a farmer of tea. I farm it, I process it, and I package it. So indeed, I'm expecting a lot from this program.
I'm expecting that the reasonable bills that will support massive agricultural production in the nation will be passed. And at the end, we will see more transformation in the agricultural sector.
The establishment of cottage industries for the production of staple food products has become necessary to reduce post-harvest losses, create employment opportunities, and enhance the income of farmers and entrepreneurs across all commodity value chains.
The foundation to achieving the desired success is committed to the provision of incentives to increase the output and quality of agricultural commodities to meet and surpass national requirements, and ultimately to achieve a diversified economic base with agriculture leading the way for the non-oil sector of the economy.
The ministry restated commitments to addressing challenges affecting the sector with a focus on strengthening and developing agricultural value chain. In Jos, Farida Nelson, NTA News.
One of the major sources of information and research is library. It is in recognition of this that the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, is equipping its library with current books and journals to promote research and reading culture. Cameron Kaneng-Ladoja reports.
Over the years, students, institutions of higher learning, as well as capacity-building agencies and individuals rely on libraries for research, amongst other things. In line with its mandate of capacity building, the Industrial Training Fund held its annual Library Week, following its belief that libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination and changes life for the better.
So when we read, it enhances our performances and widens our scope.
Reading is more
more, not even reading online. But you see, sometimes there are these hard copies of the recent books that has been in the library that you still have to consult and know why things happen.
Director General of the Industrial Training Fund, Joseph Ari, says the fund has prioritized libraries by providing them with up-to-date books, journals, and other relevant materials for the benefit of its workforce and its host communities. Represented by Director, Research and Curriculum Development of the fund, he says, as an organization saddled with the responsibility of capacity building, it is necessary to go into research and knowledge sharing to effectively deliver its mandate.
If we need to go out, and build the skills of people, definitely we must have the kind of resources that is needed so that at least we can be above board to be able to deliver on our mandate.
In a paper presentation, the guest speaker pointed out that with the use of digital technology and innovation in the library system, users can gather and share knowledge with ease. The Library Week has Innovation Technologies for the Library of the Future as its theme. In Jos, Ekemeren Kadengladuja, NTA News.
And that's it from Jos. Nationwide continues with Larry in Ibadan after this break. Do stay.
Life. Once you lose hope, you lose life. Once people get lifted to a certain level, they start feeling godlike. What would you attribute this backwardness in education to in the North today?
I feel alive. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
The program is reflection.
With gratitude to God for a life well lived, we announce the death of our beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and friend, Chief Durojaye Onobule, the Jagumolo of Ijebu land, who passed on to glory on 16th August 2022. He was aged 83 years. Burial arrangements. Wednesday, 14th September 2022, evening of songs and tributes at Shell Hall, Mozon Center, Onikon, Lagos. Time 4:30 p.m. Thursday, 15th September 2022, Christian Week at Grand Inn and Suites Hotel, 3 Gateway Stadium Road, GRA, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Time 4:30 p.m. Friday, 16th September 2022, funeral service at Cathedral Church of Our Savior, Ita Olowajoda, Ijasi, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Time 9:30 a.m. Interment follows immediately. Entertainment of guests at BC Rodekwe Hall, GRA of Ideba Road, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Announcer, the family.
Harmony of biodiversity destroyed, birthing climate crisis and crying faces.
Dicey situation indeed, yet we carry on like a bull in a china shop.
On environment matters, we take the bull by the horns, comb the nooks and cranny of Nigeria.
Asking tough questions.
Examining challenges and opportunities.
Giving human face to the science, facts, facts, and global agreements. It's a call for action. Don't miss it.
Join award-winning environmental journalist Jennifer Igwe and other NTA eco reporters for Environment Matters.
You're watching nationwide on the network service of the NTA, and welcome to Ibadan. The need for peaceful coexistence before, during, and after 2023 general elections is imperative. This was the take of Igbos in Oyo State who converged at a media parley in Ibadan, the state capital. Omokede Igbari report is here presented.
Expressing
zero tolerance to any form of nefarious activities, especially amongst its subjects. The Ohanes, the Indigo, Dr. Alex Anozie stressed that no one is above the law. Hence, the need for all to be law-abiding and avoid being brought to book.
Igbos are living peacefully in every part of this country, and we want that to continue. And so we are using the opportunity to appeal that all the Yorubas and non-Nigerians living in the eastern part of the country should also live peacefully there.
President of Indigbos residing in Oyo State, Ndidi Nzeako, called on government at all levels for more support, pledging the commitment of the Indigbos to the successful conduct of the 2023 general elections.
Are the ones doing this evil, disobeying the law. Let nobody support us. But if we are doing the right thing, please let everybody give us support.
He called on Indigbos to remain courageous, steadfast, and obey the law to ensure a fruitful electioneering come 2023.
Nigeria's effort at implementing the Paris Climate Change Agreement will yield more results with tree planting as a way to mitigate the current challenge of environmental degradation across Nigeria. Kayode Oladoshu in this report examines the important features of afforestation as an avenue to curb impact of climate change in Nigeria.
Deforestation, degradation of forested areas, and acquisition of land for agriculture, especially large plantations for farming, with activities such as large-scale timber harvesting, have resulted in various environmental challenges associated with climate change. The country has witnessed various deforestation attacks on afforested areas, and the replacement of these trees creates an avenue to tackle climate change.
Climate threat that we have been having now is due to the deforestation and some other things. As an agroforestry that we are distributing seedlings for the farmers, we encourage them to proceed and also embark on afforestation.
Keep planting trees regularly on a large scale. With that, we can mitigate the challenges of climate change. We can have a good weather, good environment.
With impact of agroforestry on nation's economy, it is also solution-based to enable the ecosystem naturally remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
It is accepted globally that agroforestry is one of the major practices that will encourage farmers to integrate tree into their farms.
For deforestation to become a thing of the past, experts maintain that tree planting should be embraced by Nigerians. In Ibadan, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
Those are the latest reports from Ibadan at this hour. Nationwide continues in our Abuja studio where Nolin is standing by.
Thank you, Lanre. President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with astute financial services expert and credit risk management specialist, Mrs. Moshun Bello Olushoga, as she turns 65, wishing her longer life in good health and further service to God and humanity. A statement by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, indicates that the president believes the professional and career path of Bello Olushoga, first female chairman, managing director and pro-chancellor of numerous banks and universities. The president urges the celebrants to shine the light continuously so that the younger generation can be inspired and find the way. Every year since 2006, the African Cashew Alliance ACA goes to different locations to discuss issues concerning the trade, along with many other topics of high interest for the sector. At the 16th annual conference holding in Abuja, the Alliance is exploring how to strengthen sustainable kernel and byproduct marketing in the African cashew industry. Nneka Oko was at the opening ceremony and now reports.
It is the first time Nigeria is hosting the annual conference of the African Cashew Alliance ACA, the largest cashew event in Africa. The event welcomed diverse cashew stakeholders from around the world who were excited at the chance of being able to meet and network with various exhibitors from all sections of the industry.
I come from Ivory Coast to present our products here in Nigeria and how to see the way we can do business with all people around the world.
Cashew is very important. Cashew is nutritious. Cashew is medicinal. Every part of the cashew is medicine. So if only our government will put strength on cashew farmers, cashew will take Africa to another higher level.
While Africa has remained at the forefront in the production of cashew nuts globally, the benefits accruing from the commodity have continued to elude the continent as half of what is produced is exported in its primary form with no value addition. This narrative is what the Alliance is determined to change at this conference.
Nigeria now wants to change the narrative from just exporting to actually adding value before exporting.
This would include ensuring farmers have access to quality seedlings, technological know-how, and market information.
Nigeria currently produces about 260,000 metric tons of cashew nuts annually, out of which 180,000 metric tons are traded as raw cashew nuts. 15,000 metric tons are processed into cashew kernels, with 10,000 metric tons of the kernels being exported. Neka Uku, NTA News.
Let Queen Elizabeth II's coffin to leave Edinburgh to Westminster Palace in London on Tuesday. Obiageli Ugoke reports that mourners have continued to gather to pay their respects in Buckingham Palace.
Late Queen Elizabeth II's coffin will be flown back to London this Tuesday evening. The coffin will be accompanied by Elizabeth's only daughter, Princess Anne. Millions of people are already gathering to pay their respects to the Queen, whose coffin will be in London's Westminster Hall until her state funeral Monday next week. Meanwhile, King Charles III is in Northern Ireland to meet dignitaries and attend a prayer service at St. Anne's Cathedral before returning to London. And Papua New Guinea has pronounced King Charles as its head of state on Tuesday in a ceremony that also honored the late Queen in its capital, Port Moresby. Prime Minister James Morope is expected to meet the King, along with other world leaders on Friday. Local media reports that British Crown is also the head of 5 other Pacific states: Australia, New Zealand, the Solomon Islands, and Tuvalu. Obiageli Ugoke, NTA News.
We now join our sports desk for update.
Vice President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Seyi Akiwumi, has promised